Hey, this is David McKay with McKay Photography Academy, as well as Dancing Doula Safari Camp. Now, if you're watching this, chances are that you are an adventure traveler, that you are going on a photography tour, and if you're doing anything where you're dealing with small flights, bush planes, just weight limits, then this video is for you. Okay, so here's the situation. You have now looked in your tour pack, and your tour pack tells you that you are allowed so much weight. And at first, you might look at that and it says 50 pounds. If you're lucky, it might say 55 pounds. And you're like, hey, no problem. I can bring 50 pounds. Piece of cake. I do that all the time when I fly. And then you read the next line and it says, that is for everything. That is your clothing. That is your photography gear. That is everything that you bring. And all of a sudden you start freaking out thinking, there is no way that I can do this. But the issue is you have to do this. The reason? Because you cannot get on a small plane such as a bush flight and be overweight. The plane can't take off if it's overweight. So they are sticklers about the weight that you bring on these small bush flights. But I'm going to tell you a little bit of the few tricks that we use. And Allie is going to show you some of her tricks. And I'm confident that if you do what we do and you don't overpack and you plan on laundry, you will be just fine. Okay, so this is the gear that I am bringing on safari. And you're going to notice in here, this is a small compact backpack. What I'm not showing you in here is an extra day's worth of clothes. I will pack a very lightweight, one extra shirt, probably an extra pair of pants, and of course, other things that you need for clothing, like underwear. That's important. And in here, I've got my camera with a 100 to 500. It's a long lens, obviously, for wildlife. Of course, you always want a secondary camera body in case one goes down, because you cannot just go out to a camera store. And then I had to make a choice. And I've chosen to bring kind of a medium overall lens with me. And you can see I've got both of those in there. Believe it or not, I've also got all the camera batteries, memory cards, and I'm even bringing my laptop. Now, you don't have to bring a laptop. I choose to bring a very, very lightweight laptop. Now, if you want to bring a giant laptop, that is going to cause a little bit of issues with your weight. But again, we're only at 17 pounds right now. So I've got a laptop so I can back up all my images as well as do any editing that I would like to do. And speaking of backup, you can see I bring a little case like this, and I simply have a card reader in here that handles different types of cards. And I have a 2 terabyte hard drive. This is called an SSD drive, very small, lightweight. This one is made by SanDisk. And total for all of that gear is only 17 pounds. And again, if I added maybe a little bit of clothes, call it a couple more pounds, really not an issue to bring the gear that you need. If you just think about it, that you don't need everything in your, that you own. You need specific items. If you've traveled at all, you know that if you're getting on a small flight or domestic flight, especially on the international side, it really depends on the gate agent that you have a lot of times, whether they're going to weigh your carry-on luggage or not. They're going to weigh your regular luggage all the time. But now all of a sudden, let's say they're going to weigh your carry-on and you're now stressing out because maybe it's a limit of like 12 pounds and you're thinking, oh man, I'm overweight. Don't worry. It's really not a big deal. All you need to do is pull your camera out, have it on a camera strap. You are allowed to bring your camera on just like this is the way I've got it right now. And that's not part of your carry-on limit. And even then, I've taken out of my camera bag right now, I've actually got a camera body right here. I've got my other lens right here. I've even got more room that I could put batteries, everything I need, actually either in a vest or a jacket. I'm using a vest right now because it looks cool for safari, but I use a regular jacket a lot of times. Bottom line is I can have all this on me, and then the only thing I have in here is maybe that extra set of clothing I'm bringing. And one other thing that you should make sure you always have in your carry-on, and Allie's going to go through some of this with you as well, but make sure you have your necessities such as your medical items, any medical items that you need, your pills, all that stuff should be with you. Make sure you have that with you. But right now, this weighs really nothing. And so that's how we get around the situation if they're weighing your carry-on gear. All right, here's the true test here. And I'm going to weigh my bag, and I am at, I'm going to call it 23, but it's really 22, just so you know, Allie, 22, okay? And so now you think about that. I'm at 22 pounds, 23 pounds, plus 17 on my other bag. I'm at 40 pounds. That easily gets me 10 pounds to spare, but really typically 15 pounds to spare if we're going for 55 pounds. So let me show you what I pack, and Allie's going to go through what she packs, because I know you ladies out there, it's very different how you think and how you want to pack. And us guys, maybe it's a little bit different. But first of all, we're using this new North Face bag that Allie got. She can talk to you about the exact brand, the exact size and all that. I'm loving this bag. It does not have the wheels on it, which is hard to carry around, but at the same time, that saves us like 9 pounds right off the bat. Plus, this one is weather resistant, so if it rains out on the tarmac, no problem. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you through what I've got in my bag. First up, I'm going to show you the type of shirts I bring. I have got 7 shirts in here. So 7, think about that. That's 7 shirts, no problem. Plus we can do laundry. They are all very lightweight, kind of like what I'm wearing now. I tend to like these Columbia style shirts. They're really great. REI makes them, but it's that lightweight material. I've got 7 of those. Plus you got to remember you're wearing one. Plus if you can sit another one in your bag, like I did, that's 9 shirts. That's quite a bit, especially knowing that we're going to always be in places that you can do laundry. And even if you're not, you can put a shirt like this and wash it, and it should dry usually within the overnight or the next day. So there's my shirts. I'm going to start with that. All right. Next up. Now, you guys might be different than this. I actually like, a little TMI, but I like to sleep in t-shirts. I like to sleep in t-shirts, but we've got these really lightweight shirts here. I've got 4 of these. So now I've even got 4 more shirts just for after a long day on safari. I'm out and I want to sleep in them. These are just some shirts that Allie has gotten me at like REI. Super lightweight, really great material. And again, so now there's 4 more shirts. So, we're up to almost 2 weeks worth of shirts without even having to do laundry. And we're still way underweight. Now we get into the pants. Now this is going to be a trip where it's hot out. I typically don't wear shorts too often when I'm on safari just because of just the sun or insects, whatever. But I do have 2 pairs of shorts in here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of pants, including the one I have on, plus the one in my other bag. So I've got 6 pairs of pants. So you can find these lightweight pants. These are a Patagonia pant. There's all kinds of pants out there that are super lightweight, and you can simply roll them up. And again, you can see right now, I've got almost enough without even doing laundry for basically almost a couple weeks. And that bag is only at 23 pounds. What else? Bathing suit. Need a bathing suit if it's a really hot place and there's pools involved, and there are where we're going, so there's a bathing suit. Now, I know. What goes underneath all those pants? Well, it depends on the day. That was funny. Socks. Hot place, ankle socks. I don't bring big, long socks. Obviously, your underwear. Now, look at that. Underwear. Now, I've got like 9 pairs of underwear. I've got more than I need, but they're underwear. So, you know what? We can get by with wearing your pants twice. You can't get by with wearing your underwear twice. These are quick drying underwear as well. So same thing. You can throw these in a sink, wash them. They'll dry, no problem. And then one other thing finally in the clothes that I like, this allows you to wear your shirts more than once because you can put an undershirt like this. These are these nice, cool wicking shirts. So even if it's warm out, they actually keep your body cool. And when you put one of those under this shirt, basically you have your shirt for the next day if you don't wear one of these. So there's another way you can save on luggage. Again, that's giving me enough luggage or clothes to get through almost 2 weeks without laundry and knowing we have laundry. There has been occasion where we've been on a trip and maybe a washing machine has broken down. So in camps, they'll typically do it by hand anyway, no big deal. The other things I've got in here, of course, I've got my toiletries, all the things that you might need, such as your toothbrush, toothpaste, razor, unless you're not going to shave your entire trip. The final thing that I have in here, super important, I love to bring a extension cord. This is an American US plug here, and here, but with a USB, because we can plug that in wherever an outlet might be. And how do we plug that in? These little guys. These are awesome. And you can simply buy something like this and this. You can do different for the country that you're in, whatever the adapter needs to be. So these are super cool. Plus, it's also got a USB-C as well. So basically, I plug into this with that. This goes into the outlet on the wall, wherever we might be. And all of this gear, everything that I've got here, clothes, camera gear, everything, and I've got more than I need, 40 pounds. What I didn't bring, I did not bring a tripod. You have to decide on the trip. What we're doing with wildlife, I don't want to bring it for the extra weight and carry it around. But if you do, obviously that plays into your weight as well. Other than that, that is how I go on safari. I also bring a hat that covers my ears. And so that's super important to have a lightweight hat that's a rim hat. And we're going to talk to Allie next, and she's going to show you exactly what she does as well going on safari.
Hi, I'm going to show you some of my tips on packing. And first off, because I'm a very visual person, I like to see everything. So I like to use a table, lay things out, visually see them, and go from there. I have a checklist, but it's mostly in my mind from walking through a day. What do I need in the morning? What do I need in the afternoon, evening, nighttime? Make sure it's all in there and packed and ready to go. So as far as your carry-ons go, there's some really important items you want to make sure that you carry on the plane with you. One is medication, and this is how I organize my medication in a small container that has these little zippers and compartments, and it folds down small enough to just fit right in my camera case. And I especially keep it light because I use little baggies to bag the medication, and I label them with a labeler, or you can just write right on the baggie, or you can take a blow dryer and heat your medication label and peel it off of the bottle and stick it right on your baggie that your medication is in. So that's a nice way to go. I bring 1 week of daily pillbox organizer, and then I have refills for the following weeks if we're gone longer than 1 week, which we usually are. And then it just folds up really nicely into your pack. Side note, if you do have what's considered heavier drugs, you may need a doctor's note to bring them. So check on that. And also just keep in mind what's legal here, CBD-wise, and so forth, is not necessarily legal anywhere else in the world. So I would definitely not a good idea to bring it. Leave it behind, and it'll be safe. It's just not worth the risk. Another item in the carry-on that I like to bring on board is makeup, cosmetics. So this is typically my travel makeup bag, pretty big, quite a few things in there. On this light kind of trip, that's a safari. This stays home, and I bring a few special items in this re-zip bag, which is a lot smaller, a lot lighter, and for this type of trip, all I wear is a tinted sunscreen, a very good quality 50 SPF, lip balm, and usually throw on a hat. And that's pretty much as fancy as it gets out there. These little guys are really great if you can get your hands on, if you know someone that works in a dermatologist office. Just they're little envelopes of sunscreen just to have in your various bags. If you're out somewhere and you need to reapply, these are really great. And then one thing I never want to leave home without is a little pair of scissors. So these are travel scissors. They fold down and back up, and you can use them for so many things when you're traveling. It's just nice. I wouldn't leave home without them. And in some countries, you may need to put this in your checked bag. But in most places, it's 3 inches or less on the scissors. And then a couple other little items I really do like. Having it's a body deodorant that's not necessarily the one I use under my arms, but it helps keep you fresh when there's a lot of heat and sweating, and it helps your clothes last longer as far as not needing to launder them. As far as footwear goes, this is what I bring, and this is a waterproof trail runner. It doesn't have to be necessarily waterproof, but it's nice because they wash up really well, and if you were to step in any water, it's waterproof and your feet do stay dry. I really like these. I bought Dave a pair as well, and the brand is called On Running. They're very comfortable. They slip on nothing. The grip is amazing. I still can't get over how great they are. Really good shoes. And then I also like to bring a flip-flop for around the camp, in the tent, when it's hot. And sometimes I'll bring them in the vehicle just to cool off at times when we're staying in the vehicle, stepping on and off of the seats. They're easy to get on and off. So flip-flops are a great thing. So I have some tips on clothing, in particular women's clothing. So this is what I bring. This is a sun shirt, and it's just a zip down shirt. I've had it for years. Super lightweight and comfortable, shields you from the sun. It's got a hood if you need to put it over for the sun that's coming from the side. And I wear a white, lightweight ex officio tank top underneath. And I'm telling you, it's amazing how cool you can stay just by being covered in the white fabric. Okay, I'm just going to go over how I use layers. So on a trip like this, I've got my lightweight sun shirt on underneath. And then I am going to bring this very light, thin merino wool hoodie. And it's temperature regulating. So even though it's a hot trip, it keeps you cool, like the sheep. Apparently, they stay cool or they stay warm with their wool on. And then to add another layer for rain. So if it's a cold rain, I would keep the merino wool and also put the shell over the top. And if it's a warm rain, I would just wear less underneath the shell. So just the shirt and not the extra layer. So it's very, very versatile, and you're prepared for pretty much a lot of different types of weather. So the types of clothes I bring are obviously very lightweight, breathable fabrics. And these particular pants are super light, and they're stretchy, and they have a really nice pocket on the side for your phone, which is very important to be prepared. And they are Mountain Hardwear pants. And then the key to the warm trip is to bring several of the sun shirts. And this is a sun shirt. It's just very lightweight. And it's SPF, something crazy like 50. And then just, again, the very lightweight fabrics. I'm going to bring a few short sleeve, but mostly long sleeve. And a lot of these travel shirts are designed to roll up, and they have the little tab on the side that keeps them up as a half sleeve. So they're very cool as well because they breathe. So that's a real plus. And I'm going to bring a brimmed hat that covers all sides of the face. And this one's neat. A lot of travel hats are collapsible, they call them, or they're reshapeable. So they have a wire here. You can bend it however you want it, depending on the sun. And it's just a really great thing to keep the glare out, especially if you're not going to wear sunglasses when you're doing photography. It just really helps to keep the glare down and helps you be able to see clearly in any certain sun situations. And then, this is our newer addition to our packs. This is a blow-up travel pillow, and it's very easy to inflate. You blow air into it. There's a sack inside that fills up, And it also has an extra top cushion. So it's very soft on the top. You can make it as high or as low as you want. And I find it's just really nice to have an extra pillow along. You never know what the pillows are going to be like on the beds. It's just, it's been a great thing for us. When we can't bring our big fancy pillows, we will bring the inflatable pillows. They don't weigh much and they add to your comfort quite a bit. One thing we've added to our travel gear in the last couple years are eye tags, and they are wonderful. You can track your checked bag, you can track any bag. So typically we'll have one in each checked bag, and personally I have one in my wallet bag, my little travel purse, and also one in my carry-on as well. So they can be tracked and located wherever they end up. And it's been really helpful for a couple of our instructors and some of our clients as well. When their bags were lost, they were able to tell the airport exactly where this is. It's outside of Terminal 3 at Gate 42. How helpful is that? Then they can know exactly where to go find it and hopefully get it back to you faster. And in another case, one of our instructors tracked his own bag and walked up to it in baggage claim and found it that way. So it's super nice and gives you a nice peace of mind that your bag that you spent days and weeks packing can be located faster if necessary. So thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you on the road.